Hi guys, Shane here. Today we're going to be talking about the EKA AxeBlade. Let's do this. Alright everyone, welcome to the EKA AxeBlade W1. I took this blade out yesterday and I used it for quite a while. And I really ran it through a lot of the paces as far as a lot of the chopping, even doing some feather sticks. And I'll show you guys some clips now. Well, alrighty, as you can tell from the clips, I really ran this thing through its paces. And not only did I do that, but I'm pretty sure most of us can agree that this blade is a beast. Before we go any farther with this blade, let's talk a little bit about this Kydex sheath and some of the construction that they put into this. It's amazing, really. I mean, it's a dual purpose sheath. These right here, these notches that are cut in here, are actually for nylon straps. If you want to run the straps through here, remove this belt clip, you can wear this on your thigh in a holster position. That's pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. Speaking of this removable belt loop, let me grab my canteen here. If you have any pack with molly on it, you can take this, it's narrow enough that it actually will fit right into the molly. So that's pretty cool. I know a lot of people out there really like their molly. And now if I can get this thing off my canteen, there we go. You know, it's got this really nice hook in here and it does its job. It doesn't want to come off. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. But, you know, like I had said before, I'd used this knife yesterday, this blade yesterday, and I really ran it through its paces. I really enjoyed it, and I was really excited to come back and use it again today. So what I'm going to do now is I want to go over just a few of the specs about this blade. First and foremost, take a look at this handle. Do you guys see that? That is G10. That's not wood. That is a G10 wood pattern handle. You can take a close look at it and you can agree that does not look like it's G10 at all. This is a full tang blade construction. Before I go any farther, I would like to let you guys know, first of all, that this Kydex and this G10 are actually from the US and they're shipped overseas to be finished and be part of the final product. Now, something that's really cool is this finish. This acid washed stone tumbled finish. That's, to me, that's just beautiful. I mean, that is just beautiful. And I have heard people talk about the jimping before on knives. And I'd actually heard on EKA knives, people had said that the jimping up here wasn't that great. Well, I don't think you can get any more, you know, abrasive than that. I mean, look at that. That's jimping. Something that's really cool that I did notice, which I'm going to show you guys. You see these notches right here on the top? When you go to put a ferro rod on there, it literally grabs a hold of the ferro rod, and this puppy throws a good spark. It really does throw a good spark. So I'd like to go over just a few of the specs with you guys, because I know there's a lot of people out there that really want to know a lot about the specs about a knife. This is the Scandinavian grind, okay? This is the Sandvik 12C 27 steel, HRC of 56 to 58. It's a blade length of 6.5 inches. It's a total length of 11.4 inches and a blade thickness of 4 mil. It comes in at 11.1 ounces. So it's not light, but you don't want this to be light. I mean, that's a for sure thing, right? So let's get using this bad boy again, right? I mean, look at that. Before I go any farther, when I go to grab up on this blade, like when I was using it to make feather sticks, I mean, this handle is made so well for this grip and actually for this grip that I didn't feel lacking anywhere. Enough about that. Come on, let's go use it. I'm not putting a lot of weight into it at all. I'm letting the blade do the work. I'm just merely holding it. It's making curls just fine. I don't quite have the feel of the knife yet for feather sticks. I can make a flat spot on the stick itself and try to come in like this. I'm no pressure on the blade at all right now, which is good. And it still wants to cut really deep. I have a slight curvature to my hand as I'm doing this. As you might be able to see, it's, you know, they're not beautiful, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've only been using this blade for 2 days. Okay, but it's possible. Do you normally use a blade to do this with? No. This isn't any ordinary blade though. This blade is made to work. This is a tool. This thing is a beast. And another thing that you want to remember when whatever specific tools you're carrying with yourself when you're out here in the woods is that you want to carry stuff that makes your time in the woods easier, more enjoyable, and so on. So this is definitely making my job way easier. I'm not one to ever want to lay your blade down, so I put it down specifically so I could say this. When you're out in the woods, be responsible. Be responsible with any type of blade, especially with other people. Okay, if you're with other people, especially children, be careful. Okay, when you use a blade, it goes in the sheath when you're not using it. I know a lot of you guys out there and a lot of you ladies out there know this, but for any of the younger viewers that I have that are seeing this, remember, any blade, axe, hatchet, axe blade, knife, folding knife, when you're not using it, please put it away. Sometimes we tend to find ourselves going out in the woods, which could be 2, 3, 4 miles away from anything and everything. And the last thing any of us want is somebody to get hurt while they're trying to enjoy themselves out in the woods. Okay, I'm done. God bless y'all. Look how this blade goes in the sheath. This is so awesome. And I'm going to tell you the truth, it took me a little bit of time to get used to, because the way it clips in here, that is so cool. But being me using the tool, I tend to want to clip it in there and not put the retention strap on there. But I'm going to tell you this now, if you do not put the retention strap on there and you're wearing it on your hip, it will fall right out. So keep that in mind. I don't want to see anybody go off and buy this freaking beautiful blade here and lose their knife or their blade or their axe blade. This is kind of like a multi-tool. You know, I mean, this thing is awesome. And to tell you the truth, I like this so much that I would not mind even having one step down in size just for smaller tasks. 4 mil is a good width. The size is a good width. 6.5 inches overall for that blade is a good width, but length. But I tell you what, I wouldn't mind having even something a little bit smaller just for smaller tasks. I like this design. It is cool, and it's the more I use it, the more I really like it. And yes, folks, I will leave here and clean my blade because I believe that I need to take care of it, but I'm not done using it yet. So alrighty, I went and got a bunch of dead grass here. I'm gonna try to light it from underneath here, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to push my whole fire before it gets too hot right over there. There we go. I did have some stuff already ready to toss into it, so that's good. Once it gets up a little bit more, there we go. Don't want to lose it. There we go. No need for a windscreen. I'll just keep my fire right in here. Cool thing is, as soon as I stop that extra flow of wind coming through there, it just took off even more so. Cool. Alrighty, well, my noodles are done here for sure. I'm going to put them right up next to the stove there, so that way they don't get too cool on me. Keep them covered, keep all the ashes out. I'm going to wait for my eggs right here in my heavy cover. Now this is a titanium kit, so it shouldn't take too long. As far as I know, yeah, the eggs are already just about to boil, but eggs take a little bit longer. So, not a big deal. Alright guys, well, here we go with the first bite rule for my first bite of spicy kimchi. It's gonna be so hot. Well, it definitely cleans the sinuses, but it's not overly hot. But it's really, really good. And let's not forget the eggs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Thanks for coming along with me today and taking a look at today and some of the fun that I got to have yesterday at this EKA AxeBlade. You know, this has been kind of really a first impressions review. I had seen this blade online, and those of you guys who follow me on Instagram noticed I posted it just a little bit back and said I could do some serious destruction with this thing, and it's no joke. A lot of the woodwork that I had done today and yesterday was effortless. I really let the weight of the blade, the way that it is designed, with the weight more towards the towards this end, I really let the weight of the blade do its work. I'm extremely impressed with it, and yeah, the chopping that I had done, I really honestly expected a little bit of a loose feeling in the handle, just because I've used axes that are pinned like this. Okay, 2 days of chopping with this thing, nothing. I haven't sharpened the blade. I haven't even ran it across a strop, and I'm happy with it right out of the box. The jimping up on that thumb is phenomenal. I like this spot here where I can actually move my hands up to do some more tight-knit, closer work. And I noticed that even when I let the blade do some of my curls, not really feathering, because to tell you the truth, a 4mm blade doesn't do that great on a smaller twig for feathers, but it does really good for curls. One thing that I did have to do, which was a little different today, was when I was using my ferro rod, I actually had to run it down in order to light my fire. I don't normally like making fires like that. I don't normally do it like that, but it worked in this situation. A lot of the tinder that I have is dry, but it's dry and powdery today. It's just because of my area, and sometimes in the area that you're in, you need to adapt to that if you're going to make a fire. It's just how it goes sometimes. So yes, I know how to to light my fire with a fire still, but sometimes everybody has a different technique, and sometimes a different technique will work with a different environment, you know, a different surrounding. You just need to kind of make that call on what you're going to do. I do carry some extra tinder and fire starting options in my pack. Emergency need. This wasn't really an emergency, but to tell you the truth, I've been impressed with this thing. I did work it a little harder than I normally would one of my blades, but I really wanted you guys at home to see the kind of work that this knife will do. this blade will do, this axe will do, whatever you prefer to call it. It's an axe blade. It's great. I could probably go on about this for quite some time, and I will do a follow-up video on this, of course, and you'll see more shots of me using it, because that's what I do. I get outdoors and I use this stuff because I like to, and because I want to share it with you guys. I'm not saying you have to go run out and buy this, but what I am saying is this is an option that's out there for you. Alright guys, so thanks for coming along with me today. Thanks for looking at the blade. Thanks for having some food with me, of course. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys out in the woods.